He told me, I will never do it as long as you're president. As President Xi told me that.
US President Trump says Chinese President Xi Jinping assured him that China will not invade Taiwan or Formosa during Mr. Trump's presidency. Ukraine and Russia exchange 84 prisoners each, mediated by the United Arab Emirates.
European leaders praise President Trump for offering U.S. military support for a future peace force in Ukraine. No U.S. troops will join, but the assistance of American air power and equipment is key.
Finally able to chill at a red light with my window down, not worried about...
Washington, D.C., U.S. woman goes viral after sharing she feels more safe than ever in the Capitol after President Trump's crackdown on crime.
Riding through the city, feeling more safe than I ever felt.
Magnitude 4.9 earthquake strikes Australia's east coast, causing widespread power outage in about 11,000 households.
Heavy rain flooded Mexico City's airport, halting operations and affecting 20,000 passengers.
A heavy downpour floods central Dalat, Aulac, or Vietnam, with water up to 80 centimeters deep on major streets. Overloaded drains worsened the damage, causing traffic jams and crop losses.
Heavy flooding hit the Aulac or Vietnam-Cambodia border, submerging fields and destroying corn and sesame crops. Farmers couldn't harvest in time. Pests worsened losses, devouring 80 to 90% of the corn, leaving communities facing severe agricultural and economic hardship.
Hundreds of homes are damaged by floods in northeastern Nigeria.
Hurricane Erin rapidly intensifies in the Caribbean Sea, reaching Category 4 level with 155 mile per hour or 249 kilometer per hour winds, bringing rain and strong gusts to several islands.
India. Incessant rains paralyze Mumbai and parts of Maharashtra state. At least 6 are dead, including 2 in a landslide.
Parts of Malta are drenched in rain after a freak hailstorm.
The Greek government offers aid to citizens as devastating wildfires persist.
Scientists find a giant planet orbiting in reverse around one star in a close binary system, an arrangement previously thought impossible, challenging traditional models of planet formation.
U.S. Space Agency NASA's Parker Solar Probe confirms the sun has a hidden layer called the helicity barrier, helping explain why the solar corona gets so hot and the solar wind accelerates.
Several Bollywood movie stars like Amitabh Bachchan, John Abram, Shahid Kapoor, Kangana Ranaut, and Sonam Kapoor are adopting vegetarian lifestyles to boost their fitness, beauty, and support environmental causes.
South Korea. 70% of dog people raising operations shut down in the first year of the country's dog person meat ban. Starting in 2027, violators of the law will face a maximum sentence of 2 years in prison or a fine of up to $21,753.
Experts share 4 useful tips to preserve lettuce. 1. Toothpicks. Insert bamboo or wooden toothpicks, not plastic, into lettuce stems to retain moisture and extend freshness at room temperature. 2. Paper towels. Wrap lettuce in paper towels and store in a zip bag in the fridge, avoiding washing before storage. 3. Water jar. Place lettuce stems in a jar of water to keep them fresh for up to 2 to 3 weeks. 4. Storage tips. Use vegetable containers and store at 3 to 9 degrees Celsius in the fridge to maintain freshness. American author and businesswoman Vicki Werner shares her near-death experience that revealed every life has a divine purpose. In 2024, Vicki suffered severe trauma that left her with PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic stress, and debilitating symptoms. By 2012, her condition worsened. She suffered violent spasms, overheating, and vomiting. One day, Vicki lay in bed with a soft glow surrounding her. A gentle pull lifted her soul out of her body, where she saw herself writhing in pain, rating it 27 out of 10. She drifted to the living room where her husband and daughters, ages 7 and 9, watched TV. She felt deep love for them, but could not interact. Suddenly, Vicki was on a wide pathway lined with family, her husband, children, stepchildren, parents, siblings, and acquaintances. Her husband, holding their youngest daughter Sophie, said tearfully, "I love you, babe. I will be okay." Each family member, including her sobbing daughters, told her they would manage without her. Confused, Vicki wanted to stay, yet felt pulled away. None asked her to remain. At the pathway's end stood a decayed, haunted-looking mansion with dead trees, ravens, and an ominous gate. As she passed through, everything transformed. The mansion became golden domed, ravens turned to white doves, and flowers bloomed vibrantly. Love radiated from all things, accompanied by a soft tone. 3 radiant beings of light greeted her, explaining she was in a transition due to severe illness from trauma. The pathway and her family's presence symbolized her soul's understanding of her earthly impact. They noted that she was still tethered to her body by a cord of life. Vicky's outer form then collapsed like clothing, revealing her luminous inner being. 2 more beings appeared, one carrying a crystal bowl and sponge to bathe and heal her. Vicky was guided to 3 towering golden altars studded with gems. Beyond them lay a dark passageway she was warned not to enter, or she could not return. At the first altar, she received the gift of sight, showing simultaneous futures of her family without her. Her husband became a reclusive workaholic, lonely and sad. Her oldest daughter returned to raise her sisters. Her other children managed, though not ideally, overcoming her loss. However, her youngest daughter, Sophie, was deeply traumatized, and the beings emphasized that Sophie would not fulfill her life's purpose without Vicky, though they did not specify what that purpose was. Moved by Sophie's need, Vicky instantly returned to her body in agony. 8 minutes had passed, and the glow was gone. That night, her husband and daughters prayed at her bedside. Sophie whispered,
"I need you, Mommy."
against Vicky's ear. Unable to speak, Vicky's tears conveyed her vow to stay. Bedbound for 8 months, she endured weakness and nausea, but chose healing for her family, especially Sophie.
Elevating quote of the day. For a person to succeed in everything he or she undertakes, he or she must be sincere in his or her manifestations, know the divine beginning, and listen only to it. The venerated, enlightened master, Bensa Duno, vegetarian.
All existing things are really one. We regard those that are beautiful and rare as valuable, and those that are ugly as foul and rotten. But the foul and rotten may come to be transformed into what is rare and valuable, and the rare and valuable into what is foul and rotten. The venerated enlightened master, Chuang Tzu, vegan.
For a person to succeed in everything he or she undertakes, he or she must be sincere in his or her manifestations, know the divine beginning, and listen only to it. The venerated enlightened master, Bensa Duno, vegetarian.
For more relevant news from around our planet, please visit suprememastertv.com/news.